You'll be hard pressed to find a bigger proponent of experiential learning, project based learning than I am. And I am always in awe of the way that innovative charter school leaders like you are really just getting the most out of this model and empowering students along the way. And I think the coolest demonstration of what you are doing in that space is the new campus you're building. You recently announced that your school is building a new campus on the site of the Floyd Bennett Field in Brooklyn. And this campus is going to really be able to emphasize the experiential learning stuff, but it's also going to have a focus on equity and sustainability and combating environmental racism. Can you tell us a little bit more about this? It looks really cool when I've seen the pictures.
Absolutely, it is. It is very exciting. Just to start with saying that there's over 1,000 acres of land available in the middle of New York City with pretty much nothing on it is continually a shocking thing to say and to think about.
Yeah.
Not all of that land is ours, but we have the opportunity on that amazing piece of land, which was actually New York City's first municipal airport, to build this experiential learning campus. And I guess two things about it. The first place I'll start that is really inspiring to me is that, this was really kind of conceived and brought to life, this concept, like in the depths of the pandemic, and in a really community driven way. We spent about 6 months working with an amazing design team and a significant community advisory committee and student design teams and faculty design teams and families and community partners to come up with a concept of, what could we create that, looks like the future of school for us, and how will it be able to meet the needs of our community. And so I think it's that piece is really inspiring to me. This wasn't my idea or any one particular person's idea. It was sort of a group effort to bring the concept to life. And it has really grown since, we started to develop the concept, to really be a coalition of exceptional partners, including our school, where our high school will be built. That includes, amazing organizations across New York City, like the Campaign Against Hunger, and New York Sunworks, and the Billion Oyster Project, and Solar One, and our institutional partner, NYC Outward Bound Schools, amongst a number of others who already serve hundreds of thousands of kids across New York City, coming together in partnership to create, a learning hub and what we would call an ecosystem model of learning. We really believe that the most powerful learning experiences exist outside of the four walls of the school, right? And that kind of siloed school models, that are reminiscent of the industrial past and the reason why they were created to sort of support, an industrial economy, right? Like the future-looking vision of school really needs to break out of that mold. It needs to break down walls between schools and communities. And so to be able to create what we feel like is a model of that, because we have this incredible good fortune of having this enormous piece of land to work with, where we can bring together all of these community assets to support kids in having not just really powerful learning experiences, but experiences, I think, critically, that are aligned to solving the biggest problems of our time that we face. If kids are not being prepared in school today to address how do we save our planet, right? How do we address climate change and sustainability? How do we create more equity in the world, right? Then what are we preparing them for? And I think that we see that, like we see, a large majority of students sort of like coming into the adult world not prepared with the skills and the mindsets to address the biggest problems of our time. You hear that from employers too. And it's not that kids are not capable. It's not that any of us are not capable, but they're the system that we've set up to prepare kids to be those citizens, right? Who kind of take on the world in that way. That system is not set up to meet that need. And so to be able to put kids in authentic situations with organizations that prepare kids, to think about these big issues, right? An organization like Solar One, right? We talk about, a fast growing market where there's a lot of opportunity, right? And so there's an economic driver here too, right? And an equity issue that we solve too, right? As we look at kids, ensuring that they can graduate from school and get a good job and get a good paying job, right? That can address a lot of the equity issues, but a job also that is set up to address these great problems that we face. Or an organization like New York Sunworks, right? Doing hydroponic farming and what kind of the future of farming can look like in big cities. So we're really excited about how, sort of this broad community of organizations and people across New York City are able to come together and try to create this learning hub and this learning campus. And I should just say one more thing. We are so lucky that our own students will be able to go from our middle school and graduate and go on to this high school and be on this incredible campus every day. But the campus isn't just for launch. Launch is actually just one organization that's there. The campus is ultimately going to be open to hundreds of public schools across New York City, what we anticipate to being tens of thousands of students who can come and participate in these really powerful learning experiences that specifically can help prepare them, if they so choose, on career pathways, and gaining career skills towards these careers of the future focused on sustainability.